welcome to this new video for Kubernetes for beginner. Today we're going to talk about storage class, right? So we talk about storage class. Now, what is a storage class? In simple language, guys, just look at the storage class as a volume that Kubernetes need to perform operation, right? It's going to be a volume that we provision to Kubernetes so that pod can consume. Now, it's a volume that we provision to Kubernetes so that pod can consume. So let's get a little bit deep into this. So here we say that Kubernetes storage class. So we say that storage class is a Kubernetes resource used to define different storage configuration and class in the cluster, right? It allows user to dynamically provision a storage volume based on the requirement. Just look at storage class like when you go to the gas station, you pump gas in your car. The gas that you put in your car is not just like storage class because your car will need that gas to make an element in the engine to function. So just look at storage class like that. That's the storage that the cluster need to actually function. In simple language, guys, the storage class is just storage that the cluster need to function. Now, we mentioned something earlier, say dynamic provisioning, right? Dynamic provisioning, what does it mean, right? One of the key features of storage class is dynamic provisioning, which allows storage volume to be automatically created and bound to persistent volume claim, right? So storage class is just like dynamic volume, and we can dynamically provision that. So dynamic, we can dynamically provision that, meaning that we can increase, decrease, we can also set that to be done like that automatically in simple language, guys. So also another key feature is that in storage classes that, for example, when you don't define a persistent volume, if you create a persistent volume and then you don't define the volume that persistent volume is going to consume from, it will be consuming from the storage class. So if you don't create a volume that a persistent volume will be actually consuming, by default, Kubernetes will default that persistent volume to actually consume from the storage class as well. So, and provisioning, right? Let's talk about provisioning. There are multiple types of storage class provisioning out there, right? And what is provisioning, right? Provisioner is responsible for creating and managing the storage volume. Kubernetes supports various provisioner for different storage systems, such as a cloud provider, and also such as like an NFS server. You can use an NFS server for provisioner, or you can use a cloud provider. But by default, if you create like a Kubernetes cluster, if you create like a Kubernetes cluster in Azure, you're going to use an Azure provisioner. In GCP, you'll be using a GCP provisioner. On AWS, you're going to use actually the AWS provisioner. So, and also another part of this that we have the reclaim policy, right? The reclaim policy determines what happened to the volume when it's released or not. Like what happened to the volume when the volume is no more needed. Are we going to keep it or are we going to delete it? So you can set actually your reclaim policy on that. Now, for dynamic provisioning volume, it's common to set a reclaim policy to retain, allow your administrator to manually reclaim or delete volume as needed, right? Good. So another aspect is this, like the parameters, right? So we are talking about, we talk about provisioner here, like you see here with the provisioners EBS. Now we are talking about parameters. This is just like help set, how do you set parameter? What is the reason? But if you go to the community, there's like a good documentation that will allow you to write this really easily. So think of storage class like a customized storage menu at a restaurant. So let's say you go to a restaurant, there's a customized menu there. So if you want to say menu option, right? Just like a restaurant offers different menu option for meal, storage class provide different option for storage configuration, such as SSD, high capacity, and cloud-based storage. And also, if you take an example like a dynamic ordering, when the customer order a meal, they can customize it based on the preferences, right, in terms of size and site. Similarly, when a PVC is created, it can dynamically provision storage based on the storage class configuration. For example. So, but like I said, in simple language, storage class is just the volume that the cluster need to function, and that's actually the volume that all pod will be consuming. So, to get a storage class, you can type kubectl. You can type K stand for kubectl, get SC or get storage class. It will show you. So, for example, on this cluster, we have this storage class. So, as you guys can see, we have for storage class here for this. Now, if I create a PVC right now, I don't specify, it's going to bound to one of these. And you guys see here the reclaim policy, right? This one says delete, this one says retain. So this one means that if we don't need this storage class no more, it will be deleted. And this not deleted, like if a port bound to this storage class and we kill that port, this volume will be deleted. But if the port bound to this storage class and we kill that port, that volume will be retained, right? The binding mode is just like, hey, bind immediately as soon as possible. That's just what it means. So that's just what is storage class, guys, in simple language. I hope you like this video. See you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.